What's the next map?
Moving to Sleeping Giant.
Sleeping Giant?
Sleeping
oh, yeah,
Giant.
That's what you said.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
you know, just because OPG is down 2-0 certainly doesn't mean that it's over.
Of course not.
I'm sure you guys remember season back when I was just new to APOC. I think we got down 2-0 against it was Kraken Jackers in the final, and we were able to make it to game 5. And then during that same time, Omni and OM were playing, and I think it was King of the Seas 3. Omni jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and then OM won 3 games in a row to steal it from him. So, you know, this is still anybody's game, even if the score isn't indicative of that. But OPG is definitely going to have 3 darn near flawless games to be able to win this one now.
Well, every game now is an elimination game for OPG. They must win out, move on. So they don't have any other options. This is win or go home. Every single game now for OPG is win or go home.
And,
Correct.
You know, sometimes it brings out the best in people when you're pinned against the wall, and sometimes you could see the crumbling continue to pick up speed. So we'll see which one of those outcomes is going to come here for OPG.
Roger that. Raptor, you ready?
I am ready to go. Let's do this when they are all set.
Sneaky, are you ready?
Well, I mean, yeah.
And we're dropping.
I am ready. By the way, I haven't heard anything yet about the ZR and PSV series yet. Have you guys heard?
I saw their map picks because I updated the maps into the tournament software.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen the score. Of course, Quad is streaming it. You could put up another tab and go have a look for yourself if you wanted.
Okay.
I haven't done that yet, actually. So if you'll do that for me, I would appreciate it.
Yep. Let me take a look here. ZR won game 1 on Islands of Ice.
Okay. All right. There you go.
And then next game is going to be Loop.
So, OPG side, we've got Republic Yamato, we got Des Moines, Minotaur, Hindenburg, Zhao Zhao, Gearing. So, pretty much the same kind of setup. 1 destroyer again. So, it looks like they're trying to build up the HP.
Bit of a change here for 07. They have dropped MF Jones's Des Moines in favor of a Minotaur. Other than that, same team.
Well, since they're bringing a Minotaur, I'm going to guess they're going to do what OPG did against... They probably shoved that Minotaur near the A cap to provide that, what is it, like 8.5 kilometer long range AA or something ridiculous like that. That'd be my guess. Where the Minotaur is. And I think this is also OPG's same lineup that they brought on this map as well. So we'll see if they're going to get the chunks on the DDs at the beginning like they were able to the first time around on this map.
All right, quick look at deployment. We've got Gearing, Zhao, Republic headed to C, along with a Des Moines, Minotaur, Zhao, Republic, and Gearing headed to A. No one seems interested in messing with B right now. They seem like they're just going to completely forgo the B cap and see how the game develops.
Minotaur going over towards the A cap as I anticipate. I mean, it's a great spot because you just sit there with your radar and your long range and make life miserable for the enemy airplanes. So
big circle of nope. And Dr. Citadel obviously is doing the same thing from his side. He's about to get spotted by planes.
Yep, there he goes.
There he is.
Popped up. You know shells are going downrange at him, absolutely.
Yep. Meanwhile,
anybody who's got a shot, probably.
Ruslan is about to get shot by a couple, but I'm going to leave his shells and go to Ruslan's because that's more important.
Oh, wow. That was a big...
Ruslan takes a decent hit there, about 15k right off the bat.
That was both
Less than 2 minutes
battleships.
into the game. Yep.
Both were
That
ready
was
to go.
The second game in a row, too. It happened on Ice
Well,
Islands.
that's the quirk of the Republic, right? Like, her armor scheme is just not quite as strong as some of their battleships in the game. That's the price you pay for having those guns. Citadel's taken some damage from somebody already as well.
That was Ruslan's first salvo.
More shells coming in on him now.
Yeah, it forced Citadel to go evasive.
Yeah,
so
he's
not
very,
gonna,
very tight to that island now.
Yeah, he's not going to be where he is. But you know what, though? This is actually a pretty decent spot, depending on the island, to lock down A and B with radar and anti-air. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it doesn't work the way you wanted, but could work out for him in the long run.
Both teams jockey for position and vision here early in the early going. You can see that the high-value targets have been identified and shots are being taken where possible, but Ruslan's already given up about 30,000 HP, and we're barely into the game.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that both destroyers on 07 are going super wide. They're not even sending a destroyer to a cap circle right now.
Well, to piggyback off that, the gearing that's right at G9 that's moving to the east, it's actually a pretty good play to make because you're going to be able to get those nice angles into the northern part of the sea cap with torpedoes.
Yep. Dr. Citadel is giving some payback to the Republic down there, to Ruslan.
Yep, he is. Ruslan's just getting showered with shells.
Still on the half hit points.
Oh, look at Derek!
He just put a good hit into Derek.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
At very long range, probably a good 20 clicks or so.
Right there, once again, you can't angle to those shells, and they shoot.
Yeah, well, Derek angled out, but still ate a bunch of damage there.
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
Continuing to take damage as he retreats due north, just showing his stern, the Republic. Doesn't take much out of that salvo.
Nope,
Well,
there's
that's
Jones.
BFK takes a decent salvo in return from Cody's Republic. Jones now looks like he's going to be the guy that drives into the A-cap.
Oh, that's a bold play. He is very far away from his friends.
He is, but nobody's really going to have cross shots on him for a while, I don't think.
The
He's
prize
actually
will.
sending torps out of the Republic. I wonder if those will land. Be interesting.
Not the way Cody's turning.
Pickle does have shells coming in on Jones, but no dice there. Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Kieran.
Grandma's gone wild with a torpedo kill on a Hindenburg way over on the 10 line. That is a surprise.
And that's why you go wide? I mean, it's
Goodness gracious.
if
He
you
must
get out
have-
there really quick. it's
He only
weird.
took one torpedo. Something else must have chunked him down decently. We've just been focused on A and missed
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
He missed it.
Well, Grey Baron obviously capping C here as MF Jones's Minotaur caps A on behalf of 07. 07 with a slight lead on the strength of that Hindenburg kill as we approach 5 minutes into the game.
And,
Model shells coming in on Jones, but Jones just slips forward a little bit.
Yep, he's good. And that's why, Sea Raptor, that's why it's not a bad idea to take your DD that far wide. I know I said that you can get good torpedo salvos into C, but also it's very unexpected to have a DD get that far to the east that early
Well,
on, and I'm guessing...
Once again, we see Gearing Smoke plus Zhao guns moving up the edge of the map here. You see 07 doing this the exact same thing on both sides of the map. Look at your mini map. You see
Yep.
it right now.
Yep.
That's
BFK
Zhao
just
going...
lost half his
BFK.
health.
Yeah,
Oof.
more than half.
Yep, got chunked. That's the trick with Zhao, right? Zhao is a much more fragile cruiser than people believe, especially to the quarter pen HE you find off of Hindenburg.
Well, that, and it also, only has 40,000 hit points, so...
Yeah,
It's a
don't
significant-
get me started. I could still write a book on how they should not have nerfed this ship for 10% of its health and then left it and never
Grandma's
come
got
back
it
to
on
it in
too.
3 years.
Well, it was at like 44,000 or something, right?
It originally was 44.9, I think, and they took 4,000 HP away 3 years ago, and they've never given it back.
Yep.
Grandma's took about half health while we were chit-chatting about the Zhao. He got
Yep,
hit.
took a decent hit from something.
Yep.
Looks like he ate. No, he didn't eat a torp. Yeah, he did eat a torp. See the missing hole in that Thor right there?
Yep.
He ate a torp.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he wants to go try and poke C now, because you can see the last reported position of OPG point at an end of D6, which should have most of the cap.
Right. Well,
Not all.
Oh, look at Frat Star. He just got
Fred-
whacked.
Oh, Fred again.
I just got chunked for something.
For some
Well,
odd
and we also
reason.
know that I would strongly suspect that Grey Baron is now moving from C back to B. We saw him do that earlier when we watched them play this map against Rush B.
Yep. For some odd reason, Frat was not using AP, and that would have been a good opportunity to get some real damage on Polecat there.
Yep, Frat's still low now, under 6K as he gets a dive bomber strike coming in. Planes keeping him spotted. Polecat throwing shells out at him. Bully taking some damage in return.
But it's all right. It's worth it getting some more hits on him.
Indeed, Frat under threat here.
Oh, just missed.
Oh, yeah.
The Republic just barely missed. I don't know how close they were.
And we
Some...
I
look at B
caught it
now.
right
Grey,
in front of the bow.
Oh,
Grey
Fred's
Baron back
down.
on B. Frat Star down to 500 HP. All the shells in the world going out at him right now. You know 07 wants this kill. Bully takes a decent chunk there as well from the Pickles Yamato. Frat is healing. Can they get enough shells on him to counteract it? They dunk him back down, but he's
man.
not out yet. Here come the bomb.
Here comes the bombs.
Oh, if it's a carrier drop that kills him.
Maybe. Oh,
Nope.
they just missed.
Bombs miss the stern. No dice. Frat still on 2,500 and healing. as we see Grandma's Gone Wild pushing into C aggressively. We'll flip that cap for 07 momentarily. Fratstar trying to escape on 1900 HP, finally goes out, finally goes dark in B10.
Gargantuan attempt to survive, man.
Well,
Yeah.
it pays off. He's going to live, but he's effectively out of the fight. They haven't killed him, but they've effectively neutralized him.
And this brings up a pretty good point that I just realized. Pulicat and BFK in all three of the games so far have taken reasonable amounts of damage, but they are doing a decent job, at least, of utilizing the Zao to tank some damage.
Well,
And then when they realize that they're in a bad spot, they pull out.
Yep.
And then they advance back whichever side of the map that
what
they go.
07 just did to Fratstar, OPG is trying to do to Pulicat. It was spotted by bombers to his south, took a decent chunk, but manages to hang on with 6K.
Well, using the border to shoot at Fratstar, keeping himself out there. Obviously, when you hit the border, you slow down considerably. But yeah,
Pickle's in a precarious position right now. Torpedoes from the gearing should be coming up soon.
Those gearing torpedoes are going towards the Des Moines, which looks like he's getting smoked out of his cover into C by Grey Baron. Grandma's Gone Wild has torped the smoke and is running out of there. He knows he's about to get dunked on if he doesn't.
It's only one set of torpedoes.
He has held the other. There's the second set. He
There's the
spaced him out a little bit.
Yes, he did. Looks, you can see that the second set is dropped a little bit more to the right. He realized that the smoke screen was extending just a tiny bit.
So that Des Moines is going to have two waves of torpedoes coming from the south as Grey Baron. Grey Baron now back into C, contesting it.
Pickle just had to force his DCP as he came under 2 or 3 fires.
Well, 07 on a pretty good health advantage here, about 50k, and continuing to pressure enough cap points to make OPG give up health to continue contesting things.
Yep, Derek is starting to take some chunks way up north as Cody and him try to get out of there a little bit. Meanwhile, Jones is just kind of chilling.
Cody's on fire and healing at the same time. Looks like he's holding it around 20k, a little under 20k. But you know he'll be a focus target as soon as they get shells up for him here in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And for the millionth time in these 3 games, the gearing over on the west is smoking up the Zao of BFK for him to get in there and shoot some shells from stealth.
This
is the gimmick that 07 has worked well to their advantage. We saw them start messing with this towards the end of the last clan battle season, and it is working well for them. Those Zao guns are very, very solid, of course.
Well, OPG also, didn't they bring quite often double Zao in clan battles, if I'm not mistaken? At least their main team did.
Yes. Ruslan was just spotted for a little bit, but I'm surprised nobody shot at him.
Frat shows up again on about 8,800 hit points as we cross the halfway mark of the match with a small lead on behalf of 07 that's narrowing on the strength of OPG's cap control.
Yeah, this is really risky.
Dodging the shells from the Republic, and now he's got to make this turn.
Yep.
He's got to make this turn. He's running into the border. He's got to do it right now, but
he's got more Republic shells coming in.
I don't know if he's
Pulley is also spotted down here. Zao shells coming in on him. No dice. Well, he does get a few thousand damage out of those Republic shells.
Frat turned in. Oh no.
Yeah.
More shells from Pulley coming in the way. I'm all tongue-tied now. Whatever. Pulley's about to get smoked though. They better get him now. Grandma's Gone Wild smoking up Pulleycat right now.
Shells from the Yami, I believe.
And
there
that's
he
all
goes.
she wrote.
William finally bagging Fratstar way over here on the 10 line. It looks as if Pulley's very low. Pulley's on fire. They're going to get him.
Oh,
there he goes.
there he is.
Zao trades Zao here. Way over on the edge of the map. 07 retains a lead, but it narrows under 100 points here with 8 minutes to play on Sleeping Giant.
Just noticed 07's all running their Commander Day camos.
Yes, they are.
Well done.
Zath, there's a reason that Zath is the guy who takes all the pictures for the wiki.
That is true. That is true.
There's a reason for this. Well, this is going to leave, I think, 07 a little undergunned here on this flank. I mean, the Des Moines down here, whose Des Moines is this? Zim's Des Moines has not really done much this game, but he's pushing up now, going to get a little aggressive and move up into this island chain on his port bow.
Well, I don't know if he's going to continue. Yeah, he's going to continue the turn left, so he's going to be going to the very southwest corner of, it looks like F7.
You know what he could do? He could sail straight through this gap and move up and cap B.
I think that's what he's doing.
He does that.
He just got spotted.
He's full speed.
He's turning back. No, he's turning back to starboard. He's going to move up. He's still going to move into the cap, I think, but he's going to do it from a different spot than we were assuming. He's going to move into. He's going to stick with this course.
Yep, he's going now into C.
So over at A, Derek Slide just did a very ballsy maneuver and came out losing, I think, out of the trade. But he spotted BFK's. Zhao fired AP into his broadside. BFK responded and whittling him down just a little bit.
Invader Zim is going to. I don't recall off the top of my head if that corner of the island is directly in front of him, where there's that little castle-looking thing. I don't know if that is invisible and shells can still go through it. I'm not 100%.
I'm not sure. We'll find out. But OPG has just about tied the game here. 6.5 minutes to play, and they've narrowed the gap under 20 points here, despite being down a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Looks as if Zim is not going to go into the cap. He's just going to use it. He's going to camp there and contest it. Now firing on Pickle there. Nobody really has good shots on him from the other side of the map.
Yeah, Derek has put himself in a pretty hairy position here. He's going to have to withdraw. Definitely losing out in that trade.
I'm very surprised now that they have not attempted to contest another cap. As the lead flips now, OPG moves out in front. I mean, I question the wisdom of Zim getting into a gun duel with a Yamato. Although, I guess it's a question, can the Yamato get the shells over the island? It's hard to say.
Yeah, from my angle, it doesn't look like it.
Des Moines spotted again.
Great bearings opening up on Invader Zim over there. You can see him at the sea cap, the stealth fire coming in.
Yes, it is. It wasn't stealth originally, but it is now. They don't like Zim in this position. He's drawing a lot of hate.
Here comes some Republic shells for Akak. They will miss.
Saw that.
No, one doesn't.
Okay.
But
Well,
I don't know why
not
Akak is
believe
here.
that.
This is putting him in a bad spot.
Uh-oh, Derek Slide. Oh, boy. You see Russell and Bear? Look at the position there. He's got a broadside.
Derek is spotted and aground. Ruslan looks like he's probably going to get his guns around over there. Yep,
Oh, yeah.
Ruslan is already on it. Ruslan continuing to push north. I'm willing to bet they're going to shove Ruslan right into B.
Yes. Yes, they're definitely
5 minutes to play now. OPG on a 50-point lead. Still very much anybody's game here, as both teams jockeying for position, looking for kills and caps.
Look at the Des Moines.
Oh,
There it was. Zim bags a broadside Zhao with AP.
Pulling an Otzer at the worst possible time.
Grandma's Gone Wild is going down.
07 goes up 40 points now as Ruslan Bear drives into B to start flipping that cap. Grandma's Gone Wild looking rough though, under concentrated fire, probably radared.
Yeah.
More shells coming in, trying to survive, manages to dodge those. They have to bag this kill. They need this kill so desperately.
20 hit points.
No, he put the fire out on 20 hit points.
But that got him spotted for one more salvo. And the bombers.
Planes have got it now.
Coming in.
Oh my god. Oh, there it is.
Akak does finally bag Grandma's Gone Wild.
Oh.
As William the Tank knocks him off the board.
Yep.
And just as Great Baron got there, said, "Do you still want me to smoke you?"
Goodness gracious. 07 working now on about a 40-point lead. 4 minutes to play. Ruslan capping B. Even if he doesn't ever cap the point, just holding those points back is doing good work for 07. He's drawing a lot of hate, though. Zim now reversing into that cap to help him out.
Well, now Ruslan is trying to angle from Cody's Republic, who's about 16 kilometers just off his port bow.
Yep.
But Cody looks like he's just going to try and stay there in that spot, and here comes more shells. Yeah, I don't know if Ruslan is...
I'm not sure Ruslan's going to live. This might end up costing him his ship. 7,500 HP and falling. I'm not sure how long is next till his next repair.
Man, you pointed it out, that he was going to make a play to B. It looked so good on paper at the time, but now all of a sudden, focus firing coming in.
Well, Pickle now charging down the 7-8 line here with his Yamato. He's got shells coming in on Ruslan. This should probably end Ruslan. Oh no, Ruslan turned his engines on. All the Yamato shells miss. Ruslan lives on 1,500 HP. The next person to tag him will bag him, though.
Look at those jukes with the battleship-sized target, boys. That's
Citadel just took some torpedoes, and he's going to die here, possibly.
Ruslan just threw some shells at him. Ruslan is healing now.
Oh, missed.
Oh.
As B does flip in favor of 07, they start to open that lead out.
Well, now at the point, if Ruslan does die, it's not really going to be that big of a deal for 07.
It's going to be less of a deal, but it might flip. If they flip the lead at the wrong time, it could be bad. There's only 2.5 minutes to play.
Well, I'm not sure why Invaders Zim turned to the
Oh,
right.
Ruslan's going down. Right there. It
Yep.
does flip the lead. 2:20 to play as OPG moves out on the lead again, but 07 closes the gap on the
look at
strength
over
of their
here.
cap advantage.
The Republic and the Yamato are getting to secondary range over on the right side.
Yep.
Private Pickle and, well, Dank has a lot more hit points to work with here.
Dank has a
No.
tremendous hit point advantage here as Pickle takes the shot on Zim.
Oh,
Zim takes
oh.
a huge hit but survives.
Now we are
That kill
55
would've
seconds away.
That kill would have almost ended the game.
Well,
You know
unfortunately-
Pickle's going to stay on that target. They've got Zim kind of caught out here because he's got Republic
They do.
shells coming in from the north as well. He's going to be very challenged to angle to both these targets.
And now the Gearing Gray Baron. This is the play that wins the game right here. Are they going to get it?
They got
are-
it.
They do.
Wow.
OPG,
wow.
OPG with the last second Pickle on 3,000 HP.
What?
Come from behind win there. What a
Oh.
game.
That couldn't have come any sooner for Deprived Pickle. What do you have, like
Indeed.
2.5K hit points right there?
He had about 2,900 when the game
Man.
ticked out.
What a clutch shot by Deprived Pickle. That
OPG
was
with a
nice.
huge last second win here on Sleeping Giant to force game 4.
What a game. What an ending. Oh my goodness. That's
Quite an ending there, kids.
and that's why you don't run Commander Day camo. That's the colors of the Chicago Bears, guys.
Well, you could be a Browns fan like me. Ugh. Oh man, wow, that was.
All right, I'm good. I'm good.
I need to step away and put a pizza in the oven, but I don't want to.
Wow. Epic play. Deprived Pickle realizing the play that needed to be made, charging
Oh, yeah.
in, no craps given.
Yeah, once you see it happening and you realize that Des Moines can't angle to everybody, you realize what has to happen if they're going to win. And bam, does it happen.
Okay, let me rephrase that. No craps given, but it was a very calculated Kairos Kai
Oh,
reward.
absolutely. Well, at that point, right, like the game is going to be over in seconds, right? So it's one of these things where either you make the kill and you win, or you don't make the kill. I mean, or you just do nothing and you lose. So you roll the dice, you take the risk.
Yeah, and that was, they realized when it all comes down to the end of the game, this is the play that needs to be made, and
Yes.
they made it. So
Yes, you got it. Hats off to OPG for an excellently played game. That was a blast. I'm looking forward to game 4. This has been a great series.
yeah, oh yeah.
Warriors Path. All right, I'm going to take about a two-minute break here. The teams are
Okay.
kind of getting themselves reorganized. I'm going to refill my drink and grab a quick munchie. I will be right back.
Same here. I got a pizza to put in the oven. Sneaky. Whisper to them or something.
I need to entertain. Ugh, okay, well, I'll give it my best. Do. Yeah, I got nothing. That was awesome. That was freaking awesome. That game. Wow.
Okay, here, I'll give you a topic then. How about you think back to the decision to move William the Dank up into B cap and the decision to move Invader Zim towards B, because clearly that was the decisive thing that caused them to lose. So why don't you talk the viewers through the decision to move them up there, why it was a good decision, and why it ultimately cost them the game?
Okay. Well, to talk freely here, when I said on paper, what I mean by that is like just looking at it from our bird's eye view, it looked like the play to make, and it resulted in a kill on the Zal, Derek Slide, who ended up pulling an Otzer and hitting that island, and that Republic was going to be able to find the angle, but I didn't realize that Invader Zim actually backed up enough to be able to get those AP, the Des Moines AP, that is, into the broadside. So as soon as that happened, I mean, at the time, they did need to get a ship onto the B cap. And I've called games before playing competitively, and, while we were chatting about it, I was thinking in my head, this is something that I would have done too. And quite honestly, I thought that was a good play to make at the time. I really did. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. And then also, I see someone in the chat, I think FTD user, talking about how the second gearing for 07 was out on the 2 line right as this, climactic part of the battle was happening. And I do have to agree with you. Interesting position nonetheless. I'm surprised that gearing didn't try to get over to the B cap a little bit sooner. Now, of course, this is all in retrospect, but I definitely agree with you, FTD. I'm very surprised to see that that Gearing did not try to move further to the east because, the Grey Baron, OPG's last destroyer, or only destroyer at the time, still had a good bit of hit points, but it would have been nice to have, a ship that's obviously much better and more adept at capping. So,
all right.
yeah.
So good analysis. No, you did a good job. Good analysis. We're dropping now, actually. Hurry back.
Okay.
Yep. We're dropping now. Zath needs to hurry back. Are you back?
I'm back.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to be crunching in everybody's ear for a minute, so I apologize if you have to hear me listening to me chew, but I got to have something in my stomach.
Right now, just to update you guys, PSV managed to win game 2, so it's tied 1-1 going into